Hey y'all, welcome back to Leslie's Mature Makeup and Beauty. Today I've kind of got a random assortment of new to me products, and I thought we would just kind of get ready together and try some of this stuff out. And I'll just show you everything as we go as I apply it. I've got the new Nars foundation. I got one of the cream bronzers and a powder blush from ColourPop. I got a couple of new tools I want to try out, a new lip product. So yeah, we're just going to kind of get going here. I'm going to start with my eyes as usual. I've got my eye primer on and I did set it down with a little bit of translucent powder. It just makes it easier for me as far as blending goes. But when I was doing the eyeshadow palette tag, I run across this Sigma Ivy eyeshadow palette and I have never used this. When I purchased it, I was looking for something with an olive green, and this ended up being a little more teal in real life. But I thought I would just use this today since I haven't actually used it. This is a more expensive palette. It retails for $29. I'm going to start with my fluffy Angie 502 brush. I'm going to go into the shade Mead and we'll start that in our crease. Sigma Beauty I have some brushes that I like from them. Tapping off the old brush. But they are available now in some Target stores. Some of the brushes and I think some of these smaller palettes are available there. I don't have a Target near me, so that doesn't help me, but I know a lot of people have a Target nearby. Not a lot of powder kick up in the pan so far. And I'm just putting this in the crease and then working it slightly higher per usual with my hooded eyes. And since we have a new foundation, we will go outside. It is kind of partly cloudy, but we should be able to get a good bright sun shot. And then I will check in later this evening before I take my makeup off. Show you how the foundation has worn all day. And I have worn the foundation once so far, and I didn't use any type of primer or powder or anything, and I do think it needs to be set down, so we'll kind of get into that a little more when we get to the foundation. So far this shade goes on super nice. Just a light color there. I think I'm going to take some of that and drag it down into my actual crease and a little on the outer corner we can kind of layer everything up. And I do apologize for missing my last couple of uploads. We'd all got COVID. Started with my daughter. I think she probably picked it up at work, and then just because there were several positive people there. And then both my grandchildren got it, and I believe that's how I got it. And then it's like we all, got over that and then, felt good for a day or two. And then we all ended up with this sinus junk. So it's just been, between being sick myself and having the sick little ones, it's just kind of been a couple of weeks. I think next I'm going to go into the shade Bourbon up here. And we'll do that in the outer corner. But so far, that's laying down nicely. I think I may be a little bit lighter over here. Just take what's left on that brush, kind of pack that on there. And this is just kind of a flat, sort of fluffy-ish brush. I'm just going to go in very lightly to start with because I don't know what kind of pigmentation we're going to be working with here. And just start laying that down. Oh, that goes on super nice. I mean, I just patted my brush in like a couple of times, and that's a really nice, even. We'll do the same thing over here. Yeah, that's going on super nice. And I think I really want to use one of these pretty greens. I think I may take a little bit of this in the inner corner as well, and we'll do a little bit of a spotlight situation. We have had some spring-like weather here this week, which I know it's just a teaser, but it has been nice to be able to get the kids outside and play and just get some sun. My mood is so much better when I can get outside and, do something. And since this brush has kind of got a little bit, no, I better not do that. That might make a mess. I'm going to take my tinier Angie Hot and Flashy brush that I use a lot of times in the outer corner. Just making sure it's cleaned off. And I'm going to go into that same bourbon shade and just run that through my actual crease and kind of connect those deeper shades from the inner to the outer corner. But, still leaving that very center of the lid open. This is super easy to work with. I mean, it almost blends itself, really. Which I would expect for a higher end product. But I like the brushes that I have from Sigma. I really like, and I love their brush cleaner. Then I'm going to take, I got a little brush set from Profusion, and I'm going to take this is the Firm Blending Eyeshadow, and I'm just going to go around the edges and just, make sure all of that is softened and diffused into that first shade that we put down. This brush feels really nice. And the reason I picked this little setup, I watch Emily Noel a good bit, and she's always using her Profusion small pointed brush, so I kind of wanted to see if this was comparable to my Angie Hot and Flashy brushes, and I'm just going to show you. This is the A502, the A504, which I just used the 504 for my to go in that crease, and this is what I used to apply that first shade. And this brush kind of sits size-wise, like right in the middle of those three. But it's a little bit, where this is really soft and fluffy, this is just a little bit firmer. But I think this might be nice maybe for the lower lash line, or, maybe even doing some work in the outer corner or something. So I think I'm going to leave those shades there. And then for the shimmer, I really want to use one of these greens. This is Envy, and this is Elixir. They feel really nice. I think just because my shirt's got the blue in it, I think I'll go with Elixir. We'll put that right in the center, and I'm going to use this little flat, precise eyeshadow brush from Profusion, just a little tiny flat. He might be too tiny. Let's try him. This looks like it would be a good brush to like smudge out the lash line. I'm just going to pat that on there. And per usual, I may go in with my finger. I start talking and then I just quit. I don't know what to do about it. It's just who I am as a person. This is gorgeous. And it's applying really nicely with a brush. I've always heard good things about Sigma's eyeshadow formula, and I see why. It's really nice. And this is actually applying really well with a brush. And then I'm gonna take the little blending brush. Well, that doesn't really have anything on it. The brush that I applied that deeper outer corner shade, and just go over those edges. I'm not adding anything to it. Just to kind of smoosh those together a little bit. And I really didn't get a ton of fallout from those. I kind of want to lighten that up a little bit. Let's do... We got Starlight, Macaroon, and Inspire. Let's do a little bit of this Inspire. Since it's already on my finger, I'm just gonna dab that over the top. Then I am kind of going just a little bit further than I did with that deeper shimmer, just to brighten us up a bit. Take a little look here. I have just the tiniest bit of fallout from that last shade that I applied. Just doing my fluffy blendy brush just to soften those edges up a little bit. Beautiful. I really like that. So now let's go ahead, we'll do some foundation, and then we'll finish off the lower lash line. I'm going to give this a good shake. This is the Nars Light Reflecting Foundation. And the claims that it makes, it's supposed to improve skin's radiance by 61%, more even skin tone by 93%. And it says that that's based on a clinical study, which just means they had some people there that they said, hey, try this out and tell us what you think. Those were their immediate results. So I would hope that it would, you know, even your skin tone since it's a foundation. But what it says here on the package, to see your skin in its best light, light reflecting foundation instantly diffuses light to blur imperfections and smooth the look of skin. It's powered by skincare ingredients. This product strengthens skin's barrier to maintain moisture day by day. This formula visibly improves skin's clarity even after makeup is removed. Again, that's a clinical study claim. It says it has a medium buildable coverage, natural finish, breathable all-day wear. The first day that I used this, I did not use a primer and I did not set it down with powder. And like I was saying before, and I've got the shade M 1.5 Valaris. It is 1 fluid ounce. It retails for $49, I think. And I'm just going to put one pump on my palette here. It is a, you know, a little bit of a thicker formula. And I know one of y'all had requested that I try the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin. But just based on the description of that one, I thought that was going to be a little too glowy for me. I prefer a more either matte or, you know, a natural finish. I just feel like that looks best on my texture as far as my like enlarged pores and that kind of stuff goes. So that's why I went with this one, because I couldn't afford to get both of them since they're both expensive foundations. But anyway, the first day that I wore this, I did not set it down with powder. I didn't use any type of a primer, and it never really felt like it fully set down. You know, it still felt a little bit tacky to the touch. So today I am going to set it down with powder, but I don't have any primer on. I've just got on my normal skincare, and I did just do... Normally I mix a little bit of Elta MD with my Australian Gold, and today I just did one pump of the Elta MD and mixed in with my Australian Gold. The Australian Gold is the botanical, is a matte finish. And I grabbed the e.l.f. sponge from the Cookies and Dreams collection, so I thought I would give this one a try. I'm going to use this sponge on one half of my face, and then I'm going to use my Stands Out sponge on the other half and just see, you know, see how it compares, because y'all know I love my Stands Out sponge. And this is the one pump. It's kind of a smaller pump, and I just distributed that all over this half of my face. Like I say, I want to compare how the sponges apply, because I ended up not really liking that last e.l.f. sponge that I tried with that silicone bottom. It just didn't, I don't know, I just didn't like it. I mean, the silicone part was fine to distribute the product, but I just didn't like the texture of the squishy sponge part. I didn't feel like it gave a good finish. And I don't know if I mentioned it, these pumps are a little on the smaller side. Like, it doesn't seem to give as much as some other foundations that I've used, which is fine. Maybe that'll help me keep from overdoing it. It blends in easy. So let me scooch in here so you guys can see. You know, we've got foundation on this side, nothing on this side. I think that one pump did give me kind of a lighter medium coverage. And this sponge is damp, by the way. So I'm going to put out another pump here. We'll do the other side, and I'm going to use my Stands Out sponge for that. You know, this is my favorite sponge in the whole wide world. It is a little more on the spendy side, but I feel like it just really blends my foundation in super easy and gives me a super nice finish. And this one, the Stands Out sponge, I know I've mentioned before, but you dampen it the first 3 or 4 times that you use it, and then after that, you just use it dry. So that's another reason I really love it, other than it just seems to blend everything in super fast and super flawlessly. I don't have to dampen it, which is, you know, just my being lazy, I guess. I mean, really, I feel like the e.l.f. sponge done a good job. I like this one much better than the one, because the other one seemed like it left kind of like almost like a texture of the sponge. But this is the one I'm talking about. Almost like left like the texture of the sponge on my skin, and I didn't love that. So I don't know if it's just I'm crazy, or Just making sure I'm pressing this in really well. And I did, the first time I tried this foundation, I did one half of my face with a brush, and I really didn't like that. But I don't normally like a brush for my foundation. It's just, you know, personal preference. I feel like it looks heavier when I use a brush. I think it's pretty. You know, it's a little bit on the radiant side, but not, it's not overly dewy. I've got just a little bit left on my palette here. I'm going to add just a little bit to the nose. And then I may take this tiny bit and see how it builds up over that H spot. Yeah, I think it builds up a little. So far, I like that. I'm just going to throw on my NYX Bear With Me Serum Concealer, and I will be right back, and we will finish off our under eyes, and we'll set this down with some powder and throw on our cheek products. Alright, so for our under eyes, I'm going to take the little Profusion small pointed brush, and I'm going to go into the deeper shade Bourbon that we used in the outer corner. Just take a little bit on the tip of that brush and tuck that close to the lash line on the inner and the outer corner. You know, just mimicking what we did up top. And then I'm going to take the little flat Profusion brush, and I'm going to layer those shimmers just like I did on the top. I'm cleaning the brush off on my little Sigma switch here. That way I don't going to do a little elixir. And then I'm going to clean that brush off again. I'm going to go do a little Inspire right on top of that. And I am spreading that Inspire shade just a little further than I did Elixir, just like we did on the top. I almost want to take a little bit of, I think I may take a little bit of Macaroon, which is this shade down here. It's coming off a little yellow on the camera, but it's not super yellow. I mean, it does have a little bit of a gold. And I'm going to do that on the inner corner, just to brighten us up a little bit there. Just a tiny bit. And then for mascara, I picked up, let me brush my brows up, and then I picked up that Maybelline Snapscara that you guys have recommended to me. It's a tubing mascara, so I thought I would give that a try today. Alright, so let's try this mascara. I'm excited to try this. This is what it looks like, and I just got the shade Pitch Black. And you know, with a tubing mascara, it's supposed to form little tubes on your lashes. They're not supposed to clump or smudge, and then you can remove them with just warm water. So I'm excited to give this a try. I saw the buttercups blooming, and my little crocuses are popping up in the front of my flower bed. It's kind of an interesting shaped wand. It's like a boar bristle, but it's got a really kind of a deep curve to it, and it's a little smaller at the tip versus the base here. I think I like that. And you don't get a ton of product. Like the wand is not super goopy, so let's see how this goes. I do think Maybelline does mascara really well. You know, their Lash Sensational is my favorite. Nice and lengthening. So that's one coat. And this is my first time trying this, so it's a brand new tube. Do a coat on the other eye. I like this wand. So that's one coat on each eye. We'll go in for coat number 2. I like that. I'm going to do a little on the lower lashes. Oh, I think I really like that. Let me come closer so y'all can see. That's 2 coats on each eye. It's not clumpy. It really separated the lashes. I got good length. I do have some crazy eyelashes that are kind of sticking out. I should have curled those probably, but I like that. Yeah, just 2 coats. I think that's really pretty. Ooh, thank y'all. Of course, I will, you know, see how this holds up throughout the day, and hopefully, oh, look how cute is that on the back of the packaging. It's really cute. But hopefully, since it's a tubing mascara, you know, it shouldn't smudge or flake or anything. That is nice. I like that. Okay, so for cheeks, before we do cheeks, I'm going to set like just the center of my face with my It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores powder. I'm crazy. I've got a cream bronzer, so let me do that first. And then we'll set everything at the end. I grabbed the Soul Body cream bronzer from ColourPop. I got the shade medium, which I'm hoping is not too deep. I did swirl my finger in it a little bit. And it looks, you know, it looks deeper out here where I've not swirled yet. So I'll show y'all what that looks like on my hand here. But it feels super silky and it seems to blend in really easily. So I'm hoping this will be... It was one of the things I wanted to try more of it over this next year was cream bronzer. So I'm just going to take, this is the e.l.f. buffing foundation brush. I cannot talk. It's kind of a dense, both of my putty primer applicators are dirty, which is what I normally like to apply cream cheeks with. So I'm just going to dip in a little bit here and apply that to the cheeks. And I'm just going to do one cheek at a time and then, you know, blend as I go because I don't know, you know, how quickly this is set down. Oh, I like that. That blended in super easy. Let's do the same thing over here. I don't think I got quite as much on the brush. That's pretty. Ooh, which I had heard people mention this. And this is a huge container. I want to say it's somewhere around the $14 mark. Of course, I'll have everything, you know, listed and linked down below. And none of my links are affiliate links. You know, I don't have enough subscribers and all that kind of stuff to have any affiliate links at this point. So I just list and link everything just for, well, one, just to kind of get in the habit, but two, for convenience for everybody if you just want to kind of click and check something out. Okay, that blended in super, super easy. Ooh, I hope this lasts well. It's a little under the jawline and the old turkey neck. Oh, I really like that. I like this, you know, just based on this initial impression, more than the e.l.f. putty bronzer. And it's a huge container. What is this? You get 1.1 ounces, so that's a little bit more than you would get like for a foundation. But that is pretty. And that blended in super easy. Woo! So far, I am loving everything. And then for blush, I got one of the ColourPop. They're little heart-shaped blushes. Now, the day that I'm filming this, they are out of stock, but you do still have that option. Because I know they put these out like last year, and then they were gone, and then they brought them back, and they sold out super quick. But you can still get on the list. Soft matte packaging. You can still get on the list to be notified when it's back in stock. I really am liking that bronzer. That is really pretty. But I got the shade Flirt Alert, and it's just this beautiful kind of, ooh, that feels nice. Feels very silky. You know, kind of mauve-y. I don't know if I can get that to where y'all can see it. Kind of mauve tone, pinky mauve. I'm just going to take my angled blush brush, and it does have a little mirror in it. I just haven't taken the what you dooley off of it, the little film. Oh, that's pretty. I'm liking that too. Hopefully it lasts well throughout the day. And this is a matte finish. Y'all know I like a little blush all up towards the temple there. A little on the forehead and the chin. Anywhere I can put blush, I'll take some. That is pretty. I really like that shade. It's kind of a nice, you know, not too loud, but you know, I like a loud blush too. That is a pretty shade. I am really having a day. I don't know what's going on with these under eyes. My concealer's not looking great. Okay, so now we'll set the face down. I'm just going to kind of set the center, and you know, may actually, yeah, it's just got a little bit of tack to it. So I'm going to set my face down with this, ooh, not that much. With the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores powder. And I'm going to use, I got these little powder poofs from, off of like Walmart.com. You can get them on Amazon as well. So I'm going to use one of these to just tap a little of that powder out in the cap. And just going to put a little on here and set this down. Because like I said, it didn't seem like it. The other day when I wore it, it didn't fully ever set down. And this is one of my very favorite powders. I still haven't found anything from the drugstore that's quite in a loose powder form that I like quite as well as this one. Not going to use any setting spray today because I kind of want to see how the foundation does, you know, just being powdered and set. Because like I said, it never felt like it fully dried down the first day I wore it. And I did end up with a little bit of shine breakthrough about 4 hours in or so. So we'll see how it does today. So let's do a little lips. I picked up from ColourPop too one of their glowing lips. This is one of their newer formulas. I got the shade Cockatoo, kind of a mauve-y looking shade. You know, that blush almost has a satiny look on my... That's what that shade looks like just by itself. But I'm going to use my NYX lip liner in Nude Suede Shoes right quick. And then we'll put this glowing lip on and see how she looks, how she feels. I just filled in my entire lips with the lip liner. And we'll try this on. That shade actually matches my lip liner really well. Feels really good. Feels real creamy. It's not sticky. It's a really soft formula. And obviously I don't expect this to be like super long lasting because it is a shiny formula, a glowy formula, whatever you want to call it. So it doesn't really smell like anything. But I am pretty pleased with how everything turned out. For some reason my concealer is looking weird today. I don't know if maybe when I was doing my skincare, if I forgot to put my eye cream on or something, but because I normally really like that concealer, but it's looking a little bit, a little on the dry side. Or it could be that eye serum that I've been trying. Maybe it doesn't work great under makeup. But looking at everything, I like the way the foundation is sitting so far. I love those cheek products. That bronzer and blush are beautiful. And I did not put on a highlighter, so I think that blush may have just a little bit of, maybe a little sheen to it, or maybe it's the bronzer or the foundation. That mascara looks beautiful. I really like the way the eyeshadows perform. This lip feels great. So far, I'm loving everything except the concealer that I normally love. But yeah, let's go take a look outside and I'll show y'all how everything looks in natural light. Okay, so I'm just standing under my porch awning, just kind of some indirect natural light. And I did go take a close look in my mirror in the bathroom, and my concealer is looking horrible and it's gathering weird in the corners of my eyes. So I think it's that eye serum, so pay no attention to that because that NYX serum concealer normally looks beautiful. But I'm going to step out here in the bright sun and let you guys take a look at everything. And now normally if I powder my face, I will use a little bit of setting spray just to kind of tamp down the powdery look. But I didn't want to use a setting spray today since I am, you know, trying to see how this foundation looks just by itself. But let me get y'all close here in the bright sun. Right now I like the way that it looks. It doesn't seem to be gathering anywhere. I really love the way that palette performed. The blush is gorgeous. That cream bronzer was stunning. But yeah, here's an up close look. You know, this is just after it's been applied, so I will check in with you guys later this afternoon. Hey guys, it's Leslie again. Obviously, who else? Who else would it be? We're about 7 hours in on this makeup. I was gonna try to make it 8, but the husband is ready to get in that bed behind me, so I thought I would go ahead and check in now, and then I am going to wear this foundation again tomorrow to church, so I'll be putting my makeup on at about 6:30 in the morning. So I will put an update. I'll either pin a comment or put something into the description box tomorrow evening. It will probably be after the video goes up, a few hours or so, but I'll do another, put another little update in, about the foundation wear time, but it still looks, after setting it down with powder, I think it still looks really good. It's not settled into my forehead lines. I do have some shine breakthrough, and I did have my sunglasses on today, and I have had to blow my nose a few times, just, this allergy business. I've obviously not reapplied the lip. It lasted a good few hours, felt really nice on the lips. The mascara has gone absolutely nowhere. I did get out and do a little bit of digging for arrowheads today, and I did get just a little bit sweaty, and everything I think really held up well, considering that I did get a little sweaty. I even had my hat on for the biggest part of the day, and it really doesn't look like much has rubbed off the forehead. I really liked everything I tried today. I was gonna try to pick my very favorites. I do think this foundation is really, really nice. I didn't want to love it because it's so expensive, but it's really nice. I think it's really nice. And this blush, it's so pretty. It is so pretty. I want all the colors. It's just gorgeous. This mascara is fantastic. The cream bronzer was great. I love the lip. It felt super nice. look at that blush. Y'all know how I love a blush. The eyeshadow formula was fantastic. It went on super, almost blended itself. I liked the sponge. The Profusion brushes I really liked. This glowing lip was just super comfortable. I love this shade Cockatoo. It's gorgeous. This is a really nice formula. Next time I make a ColourPop order, I'm definitely going to pick up some more shades of this. But yeah, I don't think you could go wrong with any of these things today. They all have worn really nice. I really love this mascara. Thank you guys so much for those of you who, in the comment section, recommended this. This is really fantastic. I love it. I can't wait to use this again. But yeah, a little bit of powder, I think everything would be looking. Let's just take what's left on the puff here, and even just dabbing the puff over the skin really, what powder I had left on here kind of tamps down that shine just a little bit. But yeah, I'm really pleased with everything. Of course, I'll keep using everything, and if my thoughts or opinions change, I'll definitely let you guys know. But I really loved everything today. Thank you again for all of you who watch my videos and are interacting with them, leaving comments and hitting the like button and all that stuff. That's helping our channel grow, and I appreciate it so, so much. Just thanks again. Y'all are just the best, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye, y'all.